this is Yolanda Van Veen, and in this segment we're going to talk all about how to grow rhubarb. Now rhubarb is such a delight to have in your garden because you can take the stems and boil them down and mix them with strawberries and make a nice strawberry rhubarb pie, or just boil them down with some sugar and put some on some ice cream. It's just a great, really good food to have. But they're easy to grow in your garden, and as long as you've got a good root, you can have a rhubarb plant. Now you can start rhubarb by seed, but it takes years. So the best way to start it is actually from a division from someone else's plant. And that's how I got this plant right here. I just got a little start from a friend a few years back, and now I've got lots and lots of rhubarb. So when you're dividing it out, you've got to make sure that you've got some root and some leaves, because you can't just pull the leaves off. You've got to actually have some of the roots as well. And they look a lot like a peony root almost. It's just a big clod. And as long as you've got some of these roots and some greenery or some stems, you can separate it out. I've just chopped it right down the middle. Now, you always want to replant them as soon as possible, because if they dry out too much, you're going to lose it. So when you're planting them, always make sure the roots are covered and that the leaves are exposed. And you want to give them as much sun as possible. They're real sun-loving plants. And they're going to get big over the years, so you want to give them room that they're not going to push out every other plant in the neighborhood. So when you plant them, you just make sure that the roots are covered real well and the leaves are coming out and they're exposed. You can see right here, eventually that stem is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and I can harvest it. It's wonderful because you can harvest rhubarb almost any time. Usually it's in the fall that you find them more readily available, but if you have your own rhubarb plant, you can take the stems out as long as they've got greenery on them. And these go dormant in the winter here in the Northwest, but they come up in the spring and they get great foliage all the way through the fall. Almost like a big gunnera plant. They're just amazing. And they're very hardy. So as long as you give them a lot of sun and good drainage and good composted soil, you can have your own rhubarb plant that will grow so wonderfully in your garden.